What's going on, everyone? So, that what appears to be opening scene, right, where you have the couple at the Airbnb, that is Stu's house, and then ultimately meet their end, house goes up in flames, and it's the symbol, right? And I've talked a lot about that scene and that sequence in general, a bunch of theories and ideas, because I think that there is a lot of different potentials with that, what again appears to be the opening scene. From is the animatronic actually an animatronic or is it really Ghostface? Check out that video. To is this really the opening scene or rather the end scene? Because it appears to be in Woodsboro, in Stu Macher's house, got this Airbnb, all of that stuff, right? But one kind of potential that I think is worth kind of just mentioning and talking about and having a conversation, because that's what it's all about, just fun conversations, because I do think that there's a lot of different directions and ways that they could go with this, which is exciting, right? Like, whenever you see a scene and it gets your mind going on the 15 different ways that they could approach this or go about. Is this in the beginning? Is this in the middle? Is this in the end? Because again, like, we know Sydney's not in Woodsboro. We know Sydney is in Fallbrook, right? Like, so why do we have Ghostface taking people out in the beginning of the movie in Woodsboro? Like, wouldn't it make sense that it's at the end? Sydney goes and takes down this iteration of Ghostface, and then you're left on a cliffhanger, right? Maybe the couple is the ones that maybe they really are the opening scene. Maybe they end up meeting their end, but the house doesn't burn down. The part that of the house burning down, maybe that is actually at the end. Because remember, you're getting little splices of stuff that they're putting together and making you believe that it is as such. But another kind of big element that is a huge part of Scream, that this also could all be, is, of course, Stab. Now, particularly the opening scene, we have a history of Stab being a part of it in some capacity. Obviously, Scream 2, that's the movie they go watch in the theaters. Scream 4, you had the movie within a movie within a movie within a movie type thing. So, Stab has always been a big element of Scream, right? You've always had, little hints and stuff, which I'm all for. I love the little Stab meta-ness in the Scream universe. I don't like when they get carried away, and I think at times they've gotten a little too carried, like Scream 5 and stuff like that. I think we've gotten off the rails a little bit on occasion. Even Scream 4, I wasn't a fan of the movie within a movie within a movie within a movie, right? Like, I thought it was fine when they did, like, if it was just a movie into a movie, or if you want to kind of, be a little creative there, do a movie into a movie into a movie. But I just felt after like the fourth time, it was like, all right, we get it. Can we just actually have the real kill here? Right? Like, it's just, and I get that was supposed to be the thing. It didn't quite hit for me personally. Nothing against it. I love Scream 4, but just didn't quite hit for me. However, you look at kind of the history of Stab and the tie-ins and connections and all that stuff, it would make sense that there would be some type of connection and tie-in and something in that regard. And what better way than to have, that opening scene where, maybe they're redoing the Stafford. I mean, even the killer motives have been very Stab B, right? Haha, see what I did there? But no, like, seriously, like, even like Jason and Greg wanted, to kind of follow in Richie's footsteps, and Richie just wanted to get the movies back on track. You got Ghostface, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and you got, Chrome Ghostface running around, all these various things, right? Like, and so, why not have it to where maybe the Stab thing is that, like, the house burning down? Maybe, like I said, maybe it's maybe like the couple, the Airbnb couple, maybe they really are the opening scene, but maybe the house burning down is not the opening scene, or not a part of the opening scene. It's not the end scene. Maybe that is the Stab part of it, right? Like, you could go several ways with that if you wanted to. Another kind of great example is Scream 5 with the chrome mask, right? Where they gave you that snippet, they gave you that scene of Ghostface wearing the chrome mask, and it was like, oh, we're getting a chrome Ghostface on, he's got a flamethrower, right? We're all like losing our minds and talking about it, like, oh, who could that be? Like, man, Ghostface isn't playing around this time. And it was just like so much hype and excitement for it. And the way that they did it with the trailer made it really seem like that was going to be a thing, right? Like they made the trailer make it seem, I mean, it was Stu Macher, right? Matthew Lillard was the chrome Ghostface. I mean, and then that sparked stuff that, like, you're like, oh my God, like Matthew Lillard's coming back. It's going to be Stu Macher, and he's the cult route and all that. Like, all the things that we are speculating and going about and talking about right now are all things we were speculating and talking about and things like that back in Scream 5. And a lot of that stemmed from the chrome Ghostface mask. So to me, right, we've already had the Scream trailer kind of mess with us, right? Like, hey, here's something that looks really super cool, but really it's just going to be a snippet on a computer monitor for, 10 seconds, right? It was just like very underwhelming in a lot of ways. And, people were disappointed in that because it looked cool and when you did it in the trailer, right? And again, that was very purposeful. That was to mislead you, misdirect you and all that stuff. What if they did something similar, right? What if they did something where Ghostface, the house burning down, the Airbnb thing, it's a stab thing, right? Isn't the whole point, right, of why Richie and everything, they wanted to get the stab movies back on track? What if they did? How ironic, right? How ironic would it be if, like, Richie and Amber actually did what they wanted, right? They were able to get the stab films back in order, right? And you get a stab movie that the symbolism and the way that they're going to approach this is by burning the Stu Macher house down. Would they really burn the Stu Macher house down in the actual Scream universe? Or is that something that they do in the Stab universe and make us believe it's in the Scream universe? Kind of a thought. But it's a fun one, right? It's a fun kind of exploration and potential. I think, if I'm being honest, I think it's actually the movie. I don't think it's Stab. But I do think it's a fun kind of idea and narrative to discuss. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Hey, Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you think, do you think it's possible to be a Stab thing? Do you think absolutely not? No way. Kind of mixed in the middle. How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.